Hey guys, it's Robin. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another speed build, but today I am doing another collab video, and this is a collaboration with MLDesignTV or Mindy Lee Design on Twitter. I will have all of her links and everything in the description. I'll have a link to her video, but we decided to build a house based on a story from our childhood, like a story we read as children. Yes, so I'm not sure what she picked yet. I haven't watched her video because we haven't uploaded them yet, obviously, because I'm recording the voiceover. But yeah, the story I chose is called The Big Toe, which hopefully some of you have read it, because I don't know why, I just really always liked the story. But it's from a series of scary stories for kids called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark or something. I don't know. I've read them as an adult as well because I had the books a while ago. I gave them to my niece since then, but yeah, they're kind of weird to read now, and I'm just now realizing how weird this story is, because basically it's a little boy finds a toe in his garden and takes it inside to his parents, and she chops it up, and well, his mom chops it up and they eat it for dinner, because what else would you do with the giant toe you find in your garden, right? But yeah, that's the story this house is based on, and it didn't really have much to go on because there weren't really very many pictures of the actual house in the story. There's a few illustrations in the books for each of the stories, but yeah, I didn't have my book while I was doing this, and I just found a story online, which I would link in the description if you guys would like to read it. But yeah, for that, it only had one picture, and it was just of the boy finding the toe. So yeah, but the pictures were really creepy, and they're all in black and white because I'm pretty sure they're just ink illustrations. And I don't know, I always thought the artwork was really cool. I thought the stories were awesome, so I read them a lot. And whenever I was trying to figure out a story I wanted, it was between this one or another story from one of the books. There's 3 books in the series, but it was either between The Big Toe or one called The Girl with the Red Scarf, I think, or The Red Ribbon. And yeah, but I couldn't really think of a house to go with that one because there wasn't really much to go on. There wasn't too much to go on for this one either, but there is a little part in the story where it says he heard the back door open, so I knew that there was a back door, obviously, because of that sentence. And then later on, a few paragraphs later, it says the boy heard footsteps move through the kitchen, into the dining room, into the living room, into the front hall. They slowly climbed the stairs. Soon they were in the upstairs hall. Now they were outside his door. So that kind of gave me an idea of the layout of the house, so I based it on that. And then I did try to keep everything pretty much black and white, or at least neutral-ish looking colors. Obviously everything couldn't be black and white, but because the drawings in the book were all black and white, just because they're ink drawings. And yes, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, so the exterior of the house, I think I used the wallpaper from Vampire Stuff, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember, but I think that's where it came from. I don't know, it could be base game. I don't remember. But I did add a garden, and I was planning on adding some stuff to the garden, but I forgot. So all that's there is a piece of black coal, which supposed to be the toe because I couldn't think of anything else to have to represent the toe. But yeah, there's a piece of coal in the garden, which is a toe, so leave it there. And then just a scarecrow, and then obviously I used terrain paints to kind of sketch it out, because when I was a kid reading this story, I don't know, I kind of felt like it was, well, it was a farm, obviously, because they had like a little garden in the back, like a big garden. And then I don't know, in my head as a child, I imagined it like it was kind of deserted, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I felt like the land was kind of dried up and everything. So that's kind of what I did for the garden. And I didn't want to build this house in Oasis Springs just because I didn't feel like the background and everything kind of went with what I was envisioning for it. So I did just try to use a bunch of kind of like the deserty type terrain paints, and then the garden is mostly just dried up and everything. So that's what I had in mind. And then I feel like the family in the story would be kind of, well, not really have a lot of money, just because, you know, they're eating a toe, obviously. So, yeah, that's just how I've always pictured the story in my mind. So that's kind of what I was going for. I did use kind of the cheaper items and stuff, but obviously, you know, I couldn't use the exact cheapest stuff for everything. I think I did for like appliances and stuff, but I did also kind of want it to go with a style. So it's not really a cheap house. I believe the price, I have it wrote down here. Yeah, it's 74,839 simoleons. So it's not too cheap. There's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, well, 1.5 bathrooms. But yeah, and then the inside wallpaper, I put all the same color just because when I was a kid, that's how I imagined it. I didn't have much of an imagination, obviously, because I just imagined all the rooms have the same wallpaper, but I did try to use, like, old looking country type decor, like farmy decor, because it's farm, obviously, and that's just kind of how I always pictured it. And so, yeah, I just kind of based the house on what I envisioned when I was a child. So yeah, and then I did actually forget to take pictures of inside the shed. I did decorate it. I put some planter pots and stuff in there, but I forgot to take pictures of it, which is unfortunate. I did include a layout image of the shed. I don't know why I didn't go inside to take a picture, but you know, whatever. But yeah. And then I forgot what I was talking about again, obviously. But yeah, the house. I did give it some lot traits. I actually remembered this time, but since it is a scary story, and I don't want to give away too much of the story about what it's about and everything. I mean, I already told you they ate the toe, but you know, whatever. And then, but I did give it some lot traits I think went well with the story, which is haunted, obviously. It's a scary story. And then great soil, because they're farmers, even though it looks dry and dirty, but you know, I didn't know what else to give it. And then I gave it the cursed trait. So, your Sims will have a bad time if they live in this house if you do not change the traits. Also, you'll notice in the bedroom, those windows are not the same height in either of the bedrooms, actually, and in the hallway of the upstairs hallway, just because, I don't know, the way I always pictured this house is, I don't know, I felt like the windows could possibly be crooked, and I just imagined it like really old house, like they didn't have TVs or anything, so I didn't put any TVs in here, and I just put a record player. Well, I put 2 record players, but yeah, they didn't have a TV or anything in this house. So that's just the way I always pictured it. So I felt like, you know, some of the windows wouldn't exactly be lined up and even. I don't know why. I don't know if anybody ever doing that whenever they're building a house, but I don't know. It's just the way I always pictured the house, and so that's what I wanted to do. And I really like the way the house turned out. I think it was really cool, and it definitely goes with what I pictured when I was a kid. And I don't know what it is about this house. I just really like it. I mean, it's not a creepy house. I didn't have cobwebs or anything like I did whenever I did my build for Forgotten Hollow? Is it? I don't know. I get the town from Sims 4 and Sims 3 mixed up. You know, the spooky town. I think the other one's Midnight Falls, or yeah, Moonlight. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, that's kind of what I was going for this house. I was going to add some cracks and stuff, but that just took way too long whenever I was doing the vampire thing, and I just felt like, you know, people lived here, so they probably wouldn't have a lot of cobwebs and everything. So I didn't add that. I thought about adding some cracks and stuff, but it just takes a really long time, and I didn't have the time to do it. But yeah, like I said, this is a collaboration video with MLDesignTV on YouTube. I will have her link in the description, which I said before. I'll have a link to her channel, her Twitter, and to her video. So you guys be sure to check that out. I'm still not sure what story she's doing, but I'm excited to find out. Yeah, it's probably not a weird story like mine, but you know, whatever. But she does speed builds and create a sim, and she does a lot of things on her channel. I believe she does some videos where she makes custom content, and she builds houses from Minecraft houses. So yeah, she's a really cool channel. She's a really creative person, so be sure to check out her channel if you guys haven't already. And so I guess I will give you guys a few details about the house. It is uploaded to the gallery. If you guys would like to download it, I'll have a link in the description of this video. But it is called Mackey Farm. I don't know why I came up with that name. I just liked it. But yeah, I don't think it ever says the names of the family in the book, well, in the story. It is just a series of short stories in those books. So yeah. I don't think it ever said the name of the family or the last name. I don't know if it said the name of the boy. I'm just calling him Billy. I don't know if that's his name or not because I can't remember. But, yeah, it's on a 30 by 30 lot called Mackey Farm. You guys can download it. It's 2 bedrooms, and it says 2 bathrooms on the gallery because for some reason they don't have half options. They really need to do that, by the way. But, yeah, I think that's all I have written down, so that's good. But, yeah, I guess now we're just moving on to decorating and stuff. So, I'm just gonna let you guys enjoy this, so you don't have to listen to me talk anymore. But, yeah, like I said, I'll have links to everything in the description for you guys to check out. I'll also include a link to the story and the books on Amazon if you guys would like to, you know, purchase those for your reading pleasures. But just keep in mind, they are books written for, kids, so they are, like, children's scary stories, so they are kind of weird, and there are like little things written in for, like, I guess for the parents if they're reading them to, like, you know, make them a little bit more scary. You know, it tells you to talk in a certain way or something like that. At least the ones I had recently did. I gave them to my niece and I can't remember anything that happened in them, but yeah, I do plan on getting them again because I really love those stories. They're still my favorite stories to read ever. They're my favorite books I ever owned. My older sister used to read them to us while we were going to bed. Well, when we were going to bed. So yeah, I don't know. I guess they just have a special place in my heart. But whenever we came up with the idea for the series, I immediately went to that story and I knew that's what I wanted to build a house on. And since it's October, it kind of fits, you know. It's kind of creepy, obviously. But yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys with the rest of the speed build now. I might speed up the rest of it a little bit faster. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, or subscribe. And be sure to check out MLDesignTV's channel and video as well. Like I said, it'll be linked in the description for you guys to check out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!